Welcome back to this World of Warcraft Let's Play. Yo, Sambo, and joining us as always is Seraphis, our level 31, almost level 32 Worgen Mage. Say g'day, Seraphis. Greetings to you as well, as we're here at the Stardust Spire. And of course, if you're with us in the last episode, you'll remember that we made our way down south in Ashenvale to this particular area. Here we go. If we open up the old mini-map, or rather the main map in this case, here we go down to the southwest of Ashenvale Forest, and you can see we're here at the Stardust Spire, and we got given a whole bunch of quests which are going to basically take us in around this area near the Silverwind Refuge. And of course, the story behind there is that the Horde have taken it over. Prior to the Cataclysm, we were able to go there. That was a Night Elf outpost, and it certainly wasn't taken over by the Horde, and more importantly, of course, it didn't have this devastation that you can see up here, this brown area on the map. You can see here we've got a whole bunch of whoops, there goes an alarm. A whole bunch of quests up here. They took our gnomes, Boog and Minx are a couple of gnomes that we have to free up here. We've got the Goblin Brain Trust. That's the Sploder's head. That's that guy that we killed in the last episode up the top of that machine. We've got to go get him again for a quest. We've got 0 out of 8 the Gnome Quarter, Filthy Goblin Technology that we have to collect, and of course we have to go and take down a whole bunch of Water Elementals and the Tideress as well in order to retake Mystral Lake, which of course is what is surrounding the Silverwind Refuge itself. Try and take that back. So that's what we're up to this episode. Also trying to keep an eye, by the way, on, as always, on our dungeon finder here. And of course, if we go in and have a look at the, whoops, we're already there, the specific dungeons, you can see that we've got to level 34 to do Gnomragan, or Gnomragon, depending on how you say it, and we're level 31, so we're quite safe at the moment. So all that's left to do for us, really, is to mount up. And where are we headed? We're headed north a little bit, and then we're going to head east along the road, and we don't need to, at this stage, do any skilling up of our skinning, really. If we have a look at our professions list, you'll see here, I'm just checking on the map, yep, this is the right way to go. Checking on our professions, hit P, and then go to the professions tab, of course. Oh, there's the corpse of either a Worgen or a Tauren, by the looks of things. Somebody didn't quite make it out of here. You can see that we're 161 out of 165, which means we're exceptionally close to basically maxing out our journeyman rank of our skinning. So we do need to go back to Darnassus. Now, I know I keep saying this all the time, but for a number of reasons, we've got some stuff in our bags that we need to get rid of. We also need to probably go train, and also I see we've got some mail in there as well. So we do need to head back there as soon as possible, and we'll probably do some of our dailies, cooking and fishing while we're there as well, because they are woeful. They need to be leveled up as well. There we go, just getting rid of the guards here. Right, let's have a look. What are we looking for first? Boog and Minx freed. Alright, so maybe we need to actually have a look at the quest here. The Gnome Explosives Squad we requested from Tinkertown arrived last week, and they went back into, what does it say? Now we're neck deep in the Horde, Silverwind Refuge. Oh! Hang on, what's that? I'm begging your help here, Seraphis. Travel east to the Silverwind Refuge and look for any gnome survivors. They were carted off by a big merciless orc named Thundrak. Ah, okay. In other words, there. Look at this. It's phased in. There's Thundrak. And look at that. It's a Kodo. That is just awesome. Pain is all you'll find here, Worgen. Look at that. That is so cool. So I'd say that the gnomes are in the back of this carriage here. Ouch. Let's lock him down. Painmaster Thundrak. You can see he's got quite a few hit points there, 1,048. And there they go, the gnomes falling off the back of the cart there. Boog and Minx freed. Hello. Yay, now they're saved.
Greetings.
And how good was that? That was very cool. Oh dear, look at that. We've got a whole bunch of dead gnomes in the back of this cart. Oh man, okay, that was very, very cool, I must say. A bit of a scripted event going on there. And you can see here the corpse of Painmaster Thundrak. That is very cool. Alright, I didn't expect that, but hey, there you go. Alright, next up on our long list of tasks to do is the Goblin Brain Trust. You can see here Sploder's head. Now we know where that is. That's at the top of, there we go, that contraption over there, which appears to be some kind of deforestation device. You can see the great big shredder blade on the front of it there. Let's see if we can clear out a bit of space.
Get closer.
Make our job easier for getting in there. Good old sound of Clearcast popping there. Always love to hear that. Oh, and they're throwing dynamite at us. Left, right and centre. Very cool. Good old gnomish engineering there. Or rather, in this case, it's goblin engineering. Gosh, what am I saying? All the gnomes in the world of Warcraft will have my guts for garters for getting them mixed up. And my apologies to any gnome or goblin players that are out there. There we go. Filthy Goblin Technology. So, okay, we have to kill goblins anyhow in order to get that quest underway, because we need their technology for our little gnome back at base, of course. He's trying to steal the Goblin Technology. Now, whether or not every single one will drop one, oh, yep, well, they appear to be so far. Let's have a look at these. We'll pop it up into our bag here with our other quest items. This technology is filthy. All right, so obviously it's for the right quest. Let's grab this one over here as well, and then we'll grab a few more as we head our way up this contraption. Good stuff. 3 out of 8 of those. Doing well. Looks like so far we're getting 100% drop rate. Of course, some quests aren't quite like that. Although I think what they've done is, you know, compared to the old days, they've really fixed that up. In the old days, you used to have to farm over and over and over sometimes because, you know, the drop rate would just be so low. Here's our man. Let's take him down. These days, of course, it's a lot... Whoa! Good lord, that was a big explosion. It's kind of easy mode compared to the old days. Now pretty much most things drop 100% of the time. And again, I think they've pretty much... There we go, Sploder's head. We've got his head in our bags, and you can see the tooltip there actually says gross. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think they've pretty much made it a little more easy mode in terms of the drop rate because of what we've spoken about in the past, which of course is the fact that most of us are time poor. A combination of being time poor and being lazy these days, pretty much. People just can't be bothered hanging around grinding for drops. To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of happy about that. I don't mind a little bit of a low drop rate, like, you know, maybe 80% or something like that, but geez, back in the old days, sometimes you'd have to grind out stuff and it would be like a 10% drop rate or something, which is just ridiculous at the end of the day. You know, no one wants to do that. Alright, let's see if we can find some more gnomes. There we are, goblins. Gosh, I keep getting that mixed up tonight, don't I? Goblin Technician, that's what we're after. For the filthy Goblin Technology that we're collecting. And they're throwing more dynamite at us, of course. Oh, did we get one then? Not sure if we picked one up. I honestly didn't check. Filthy Goblin Technology. It looks like we did in the chat log. Alright, so we're running out of goblins now. Let's see if we can find some more. There's one hiding down there. Oh, Foreman Jinx. That's interesting. He doesn't seem to want to aggro. He must be part of a quest for the Horde, I'm guessing, because he's actually not attackable. And again, that's sort of a sign of the easy mode compared to days gone by. In the old days, you were able to kill quest people for the opposing faction. There we go, 5 out of 8. So, for example, if you wanted to be a pain in the neck to the Horde, I could have killed that guy, knowing full well that he's probably actually part of a Horde quest. And, of course, that would interrupt the Horde quest givers, or rather the Horde players who were trying to find that quest giver. But nowadays they've made it so easy that you can't actually kill them, so you can't harass, if you like, the opposing faction by killing their quest givers. So yeah, not too sure about that. I mean, on the one hand it's good, there was nothing worse than somebody harassing your quest givers, but then again that was a sort of a call to action to actually get your friends and take them down. Whereas you don't even get an opportunity to do that now. 5 out of 8, and these actually, after saying all of that about the 100% drop rate, these actually aren't dropping anymore, which is interesting. The last couple of goblins that we've killed haven't actually dropped any of their filthy technology. Let's see if this one will. There we go, that one does. 6 out of 8, 2 more to go as we clamber around their crazy contraptions here. Another Goblin Technician over there. Actually, perhaps the other mobs that we were attacking weren't technicians. I'm not sure. I didn't actually bother to check, to be honest. More dynamite coming our way. There we go. Another one. And what's this? There's another technician over there. Let's pull him from afar, or pull her from afar, as the case may be, giving us lots of time because we've slowed them down. No, okay, that was a technician for sure, and they absolutely did not drop any of the filthy Goblin Technology. So, okay, it's not a 100% drop rate, but it's certainly a lot better than it used to be in the old days. I'll give them that. Alright, there we go, just one more, and another one's appeared right there. Look how fast they've respawned. Wow. They really are making it easy for people who are after these drops. And what is an Ashenvale assassin doing there?
I am honored.
That's weird. That's very weird. Alright, okay, that's it. We're done there. Now we need to head south by the looks of things, and we need to go help with the cleanup around the, what is it, the Silverwind Refuge? Yep, and of course Lake Mystra or Mythistra or whatever it is. Can't remember the name of it exactly. That's what we need to do. We need to clean that up because, and we're being chased there, because of course we've got these Befouled Water Elementals that have taken over the lake, and we want to clear them out. Here it is. Silverwind Refuge, that's what the name of it is. And there we go, a Befouled Water Elemental. That's what they look like. That's what we need to take down. Nice and easy, and all we have to do is actually slay them. We don't have to collect anything. But look at this, how beautiful is this lake? Seriously, there's a refuge over there. Normally a pretty sight, and of course now it's basically infested by Horde. And listen to that, the music, it's just fantastic. And there's Tideress as well, the boss that we need to take down. But isn't it pretty? I just love the water in this game. And you can see too, by the way, that it does change depending on the zone that you're in. Like in this case, it's nice and still. You can see the reflections and the ripples on the lake surface there. Very cool. And underground, or rather underwater, it's all kind of blurry and foggy like it would be underwater. And we've got the lovely music, soothing music. So yeah, this place is normally a nice sanctuary, and of course now it's taken over by the Horde and by these Befouled Water Elementals. So we definitely, absolutely want to take it back. But they do these zones very well, Blizzard. They really get the whole feel of that sort of mystical, magical night elf feel. It looks so pretty, sounds so great. It's just a pleasure to wander around in these zones, really is. Come on, Tideress, be gone with you. There we go. Didn't prove too much of a pain. And there it is, the classic music once again. Oh, I do love hearing that. It just, honestly, because it brings back so many memories of classic WoW. And in fact, this whole zone here really does look like classic WoW used to look. The iconic sort of architecture that's around here. None of the new stuff, all the old stuff. And of course, all of those wonderful sounds as well, and the music. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Right, I think we have to probably go underwater. There you go, you can see the ripples one is making under the water. And we'll get the rest of them. How many do we need? We've got 3 out of 12. There we go, 4 out of 12. Oh, look at that, we got some bubbling water. Gosh, I haven't seen that for ages either. That's a mana potion, basically. Well, not a potion, it's a drink. You have to actually remain seated while you drink it. What is that, over 24 seconds? But that is classic old school stuff as well. And look at these ruins under here. I mean, this is one of the great things I love about the effort that Blizz put into their games. You know, I mean, a lot of games, I think I've said it before, and I've said it about Rift as well, if you watch my Rift Let's Play series, where a lot of games don't bother with any underwater work. Like, basically, it's empty under there, or in fact, you just literally can't swim. That is absolutely not the case with WoW, because we've got these fantastic undersea, if you like, underwater landscapes. It's great. Look at that. I thought so. Ek alum, we've found ourselves a rare, folks. You can tell, A, because it's a different colour. It's got that purple sort of haze about it. But look at that. You've got a silver portrait. The little ring around its portrait there is silver. That means that it is a rare. That's fantastic. It won't spawn very often. And look at that, on fighting the rare, defeating the rare, we've actually released ourselves from the throes of level 31 and we've become level 32. Fantastic stuff. We've actually got ourselves a pair of greens there, which of course is what the rares generally do drop. You can see that the Scouting Trousers of Healing, very nice. 9 spell power for a level 24 item. That's great leather. They'll fetch a pretty penny on the auction house. And you can see here the main thing, of course, is that we've learned ourselves another skill that we can train at our trainer, and that is a slow fall. And that is an absolutely essential part of a mage's arsenal. And if I hover over the tooltip there, you can see unlike the old days where it used to just be able to be cast on yourself, now it actually slows a friendly party or raid target's falling speed for 30 seconds. Now, slow fall is literally as if you've got a parachute on. By the way, we need to hop up and look at that view. Pop up and get some breath. We can see we've got 38 seconds there left on our breath timer. That's terrible because the amount of times I've actually drowned is embarrassing, by the way. But anyway, this slow fall, you can put it on yourself or you can put it on a party member or a raid member, and that will basically mean that you can actually fall off pretty much anything and just gently float down to the ground. It is a hugely practical skill, much wanted in many situations, and of course it lasts for 30 seconds. So you have to be up pretty high to be falling for more than 30 seconds on a slow fall in order to have it come off and die. So pretty much it allows you to get around places that you normally couldn't. Take some really fairly significant shortcuts. For example, instead of having to run all the way around a twisting path down a mountain, you can basically just leap off the side. Now we've got, what have we got over there? A Worgen Warlock. Look at that, with withers. And they're doing the same quest as us. You could actually just jump down the side of a mountain that you'd normally die jumping off, and of course because you've got your slow fall, you'll basically just gently glide all the way to the bottom. It's very, very handy. That combined with your blink, of course, blink ability for getting around places. And not only that, but what we'll start to learn soon as we, well, in fact, we probably can now if we go to other cities, the trainers that sell portals and teleports. So, yeah, that's something that I haven't shown you guys yet. Unfortunately, my apologies. We haven't actually been around to enough cities to see that. Maybe we'll get the one out of Darnassus when we go back there. But basically, teleporting and portal creating are, again, one of the major things that a mage does. Apart from make food for the party and apply slow fall, you can also basically cast portals and teleports. Now, teleports, as the name may suggest, you learn them if you visit a city. You learn the teleport for that city. These are major cities around the world, of course. And what it means is that as a mage, you can actually teleport yourself instantly to any city that you know the teleport spell for. And that, as you can imagine, is a huge advantage rather than having to traverse across the world via boats and zeppelins and trains and all the rest of it, or flights on griffins. You can literally just teleport yourself, and all it is, there's generally a very small cooldown on them. It's not like they're 30 seconds like a Hearthstone. They basically just instead use a regent, so they have a currency attached to them, which is very cheap from a regent vendor. So it's very handy to get around the world. Now that's just for yourself. Later on in the game, as you level up a little bit higher, you actually learn to make portals. And they differ from teleports because instead of just teleporting yourself, they basically put a portal up in the world, and pretty much anyone in your raid or in your party can then click on that portal. For example, if you put a portal up to, I don't know, whatever, Dalaran, or to Stormwind or Ironforge, Exodar, any of those major types of cities, anyone in your party, or basically anyone in your group, whether it be a raid or a party, can actually click on that raid, on that portal, and they will be instantly teleported to that city. So therefore also saving them a whole bunch of time getting around the place. So can't wait to be able to get those. They are absolutely one of the staples of being a mage, as well as, of course, making food. Now that's another thing that I'm interested in that we haven't got yet, which we normally get very early. How come we can't make food yet? Oh, look at that. It's actually not available now till level 38. gosh. Okay, you know what? It's taken me this long till we're at level 32 to actually realise that, because basically it was a skill you got, if it wasn't at the beginning, it was something like level 5 or level 10 right at the beginning of the game, and you would make better and better food as you leveled up. I can't believe that that's now not available till level 38. That's incredible. Anyway, you can see there it actually conjures mana food, providing the mage and her allies with something to eat. And that's a great spell to learn, by the way, because that basically means that you've got food and water, infinite supplies of food and water, so you no longer have to buy these sweet nectars and rice cakes and variations of those. Plus, of course, later on, we can also do a thing called a mage table, if you like. It's called the Ritual of Refreshment. Just speaking of food, and you can see here, it basically begins a ritual that creates a refreshment table, and raid members can click on the table to acquire conjured mana food. The table lasts for 3 minutes or 50 charges, and basically it requires the caster and 2 additional party members to complete the ritual. And basically, yeah, you lay that table down with 2 of you, with yourself and 2 others, so 3 of you need to do it. And basically, at the beginning of a run or a raid, you can actually give everybody some food. So yeah, very cool, mechanics of being a mage, as well as this slow fall. So we definitely have to go and train that. But yeah, it's most unusual, if you ask me, that they've shifted that conjure food right back to a level 38. I wonder what their reasoning for that was. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, here we go, the last of the Befouled Elementals that we need. And there we go, we are done, 12 out of 12, as we swim under the beautiful undersea landscape here in the Mystral Lake. Right, let's take a look at our map, and I'm pretty sure now that, yep, look at that, all we've got to do now is head back to the west and hand in, and then of course what we'll do is we'll go north from there. Oh, sorry about that, I'll make it a little bit bigger. Head west over here to handle these, and then go north and hand in our Astranaar quests. And of course you might remember a big part of those is the sick child. We'll finally want to try and actually cure her, because we've already given it 3 attempts and failed every time, so perhaps this time we'll actually be successful. Who knows? Let's hope so, fingers crossed for her sake. Alright, time to mount up. Oh, hang on, can we get around there? I'm not sure that we can. Might be a bit steep. Oh, no, just managed to get over. Or not. Ouch! Alright, now I wonder if we go around the front here, are we going... Oh boy, look at that! Yikes, they're level 30 as well. Look at that. Ouch. In fact, look, it's also, look, that's a poison and regent vendor there. There are vendors everywhere in here. In fact, this to me looks like it's actually now a horde outpost. Interesting, and they're flagged, as you can see, for PvP. You can tell by this symbol. Now we'll try and get it up into the blue. There you go. That little symbol there, that means they're flagged PvP. If I attack them, I'm going to be flagged for PvP as well, which means I can be openly attacked by any player. Captain Tarkin, yeah, it looks like this has actually been completely taken over. And if you were playing Horde, you could probably use this as an actual outpost. Gosh, that's disturbing. I wonder if we actually get to take that back. Because if so, that would have to be phased out. Wow. Okay, didn't realise that that was the case. Well, you learn something every day, don't you? And I'm going to sneeze in a minute. So if I do, excuse me. Oh, Gesundheit. Bless me. Dear oh dear. Oh, and my mount didn't like me sneezing either by the sound of things. Alright, looks like there's a nice little side trail off here. And what's that? Oh, a forest moth. Look at this Talon Deep Vale. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I wonder where that leads, actually. This looks a bit off the beaten path. I'm not sure where this goes. We've got some kind of shrine here or something. Wow. Just another little feature that I had absolutely no clue of. This is awesome, isn't it? Oh, and look at that. We've got ourselves some tin. We'll definitely take that. Actually, I wonder if we're skilling up our mining still. Guess we'll have a look in the chat log, see if that actually ticks over. Yeah, it does, 122. Okay, let's have a look at our professions. And you'll see mining there. Okay, so we're keeping up with that not too badly, actually. So 122 out of 150. That ain't too bad. Of course, our skinning is right up there, which is great. The fishing's not bad either. It's 120 out of 150. I thought we were way behind on that. But of course, our cooking and our archaeology needs to be skilled up a lot. Not too bad on the first aid, though, either. 143. So, yeah, that's okay. Oop. Oh, well, time to do some skinning, I guess. Ran right into that bear, although he didn't seem to aggro us. Could have probably got away with it, but oh well. Skinning, right? Oops. Looks like someone else got a little bit angry. Elder Ashenvale Bear didn't like me beating up on his mate there.
I need a target.
That's okay. 2 more skinning points for us, I'd imagine. Yep, 162. And of course, remember, it does cap out at 165, so we're getting very close. And 163. And if you're wondering, by the way, why our skinning is so fast, that's because of a racial. Here, if we go to the actual general skill, you can see we've got something here called Flayer. There it is. That's a Worgen racial ability. Skinning skill is increased by 15, and it allows you to skin faster. So that's one of the benefits of actually being a Worgen. Very cool. Alright, here we go. Look at this. 3 hand-ins. Well, actually, I think it's 2 because one of them is the Heroes Board quest, which we don't particularly want to hand in just yet. Retaking Mystral Lake. Well done, Seraphis. With the Befouled Elemental numbers thinned and Tideress put back into the lake, we should be able to launch a counter-offensive on Silverwind Refuge. Oh, good, because we want to take it back from the Horde, for goodness sake. The Sentinel frowns a bit, concern washing over her face. Just as soon as we're done with defending the Spire, ... What do you mean defending the Spire? We don't have any attackers unless a whole bunch are going to spawn. That could be interesting. Anyway, good to know we still get our 250 Darnassus rep. And hello, yes we have it. The junk has arrived. Zit is the last piece of the puzzle. Now to set it up. Stand by, Seraphis.
You have a great day now.
And look at that, we're also honoured with Gnome Ragon as well. And of course that's because of the gnomes. And you can see there it is, just ticked over to honoured. And we're getting very close now to being exalted with Darnassus. 1600 out of 16,000 out of 21,000. So you're definitely getting closer there. Alright, let's see if we've got a hand in here, or if it's just... Oh, yep, there we go. They took our gnomes. Thank you, Seraphis. Grim news you bring of the rest of the gnome team. And of course, yeah, we saw them all dead in the back of that wagon. That was very sad. But at least you managed to save a few. For that, I am grateful. Good stuff. Another 250 rep. Brilliant. And I think we've got another hand in there, the Goblin Brain Trust. That, of course, was the big boss. And did you shut that disgusting wart-ridden goblin up for good? We sure did. And hopefully we'll get ourselves... Oh, what's this? Oh, agility and stamina, so no good for us. We want to pick... Actually, they're blue items, which is very cool. We want to pick the most expensive one. That's the sword there. That's better. Without him, their technicians are sure to fall back to their normal laziness, which should result in fewer bombs and more accidents. Good stuff. Another 250 rep, and I think that's just the hero's call. Yes, it is. And you can see over here that Gnomes, the Exterminator, has got another quest for us. So these night elves send out a desperate call for help to us. Something goes something like this. Gnomes changes the pitch of his voice to sound like a woman. Please help us. The big mean horde has goblins. Oh, we can't handle goblins. They pull our hair and make us cry. Oh, you're nasty, aren't they? Okay, so here we are. The first thing I did was upgrade their aerial defenses with some of my new sniper guns. The problem is they don't use guns. Do yourself a favour and lend them a hand, eh? Find them south of here. Oh, that's pretty cool. So we have to speak to Kaelin Trueshot at Trueshot Point in Stone Talon Mountains. Oh, okay, so that's actually sending us deep into the beginning of Stone Talon Mountain. So I'm guessing that that's the next place we will be heading. Yeah. All right, so for now, though, I think what we're best to do is finish off our quests here in Astranaar. And, of course, that means heading up to, in Ashenvale, and that means heading up to Astranaar. So let's just quickly take a ride up this beautiful path. Look at it! How many times am I going to get excited about this? But I mean, we're going to leave Ashenvale soon. And by the way, like I said, oh, there's the lake with the those, what are they called again? Wood shapers, that's it, that we were at a few episodes ago. So pretty, isn't it? This zone has gone really fast. Well, to me it's gone really fast, especially compared to the old days. And I think I mentioned this last episode or the episode before, how you used to actually have to spend a great deal of time in Ashenvale. Although, come to think of it, it's probably because we didn't have a mount back in those days. We didn't get a mount till we were actually level 40. So we had to run everywhere, and of course, You guys now know, if you've been following my series, now that we've been from one end of Ashenvale to the other, you know how huge this zone is. Can you imagine, honestly, having to run around it on foot? It was a mammoth task, and yeah, it did pad it out a lot. It took a long time to run about. So fortunately, it's a lot easier these days. Alright, here we go, heading back into Astranaar, of course, which was basically a hotspot in the old days of the good old PvP times. And of course, if you're on a PvP server now, it probably still is. Anyway, I think what we'll do before we hand in is we'll log out here in the inn before we speak to Rain Wolfrunner, of course famous here in Ashenvale and of course in Astranaar, and we'll pick up with them in the beginning of the next episode, where we've got a couple of quests to hand in. Of course, it's Rain about Dartol's Rod, and of course the other one, which is the Sanctified Moonstones to Pelturus White Moon, whose little daughter is sick. Let's hope we can fix her up for good this time. But in the meantime, certainly hope you enjoyed that episode. Another romp around Ashenvale Forest. On behalf of myself, Sambo, and of course the wonderful Seraphis, our Worgen Mage, certainly hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, we'll see you then, and bye-bye.